was thinking about my parents when I wrote this. It's actually a pretty romantic story how they met. My mom was 19. My dad was a 31-year-old bouncer at a bar. She walked in underage, because my dad's a smart man. And he walked up to her and said, "Hey baby, how do you get legs like that? You work out?" And she said no. But she did work out. And 6 months later they were having sex and making me. And if my brother can hear this, know that I'm the better sperm, and I hate you. Without further ado, stuff I wrote. This is called pair renting. I'm not crazy, I'm artistic. This is not a poem. This isn't a work of beautiful art. It has no beautiful prose or symbolic imagery. Like the earth is a vagabond and the sun is its poor mother, tricked into loving it for short periods of time, only to see her child still hasn't learned. That's a metaphor for winter. But nothing can escape a parent's love, not even the guy next to you. His name is probably Steve. Should reach into his pockets. This is something honest. This is a letter to a future child of mine. We haven't met yet, and that bodes well for your popularity among the other white soldiers. Those little Michael Phelps aiming for that one moment where they will march onto the gates of womanhood. It's a metaphor for pregnancy. Trying to get into life's most exclusive club, a day in which my friends will high-five me, a day that will make my parents grand. Know that every time I put my hand down my pants while watching TV, I'm really shaking your still uncreated hand. I want to give you some fatherly advice. Take candy from strangers. Make every day Halloween. You don't even need to dress up or knock on doors. They have the best candy. And a ton of Twitter followers. When you finally get baptized, remember to yell, "It burns us!" Then, go Broncos. Al Davis is the devil. Daddy will be so proud of you. Also remember that not everything is as it seems. For Captain Planet drives a Hummer. I promise to pick you up every day from school and whisk you away in my invisible car, because I'm very vocal for the mime community. You are allowed to laugh at your dad when I fall and scrape my knee. I will do anything to make you laugh. This was one promise I will make you. I will write erotic novels that you can read, then tell all your friends at school to make you sound uber cool. With lines from my masterpiece, Rumple Foreskin, such as, "You should put your sausage inside of me," the microwave said to the man. "I will," said the man. I wanted you to know that I will be reading this at your wedding. I wish I was kidding, but I already made a promise to myself. We own nothing in this life but our names and our word, and I intend not to break my word, for the bird is the word, as it is quoted in Scripture. Most importantly, know that my love is constant, like drinking. I'm constantly drinking. Sincerely, Dad, with 3 Ds for delicious. This is called For a Girl Who Drooled a Puddle and Drowned Me in Her Eyes. It's about a girl that I had sex with and fell in love with over the internet. I promised I'd be a lycanthropic blue fairy for a girl once. It'd be like the story of Pinocchio without the molestation jokes. With the flick of my Budweiser wand, we'd set sail for the North Star, but we wouldn't accept peanut butter from Peanut Pan. We would be more loving to the Lost Boys than Mumford is to his sons. She'd hear sweet everythings murmured in her ear, like the time she blazed sincerity into my words, painting miracles with her eyes that made Jesus pat me on the back and say, "I made her. You're welcome." All the words that came out of me like bullets from a finger gun on a playground, aimed at her with the sweetest intentions. I imagine fairy tales in places where the sun swallows the sky. Like Oprah swallows pastries at the Dick Van Dyke residence in my dreams. Places where sense is passionately embraced like a child embraces the fear of the dark. We would sing the Spanish alphabet to abandoned snow children. We would follow the rhythm of a culture club song while she banged a Cherokee war drum. That's about sex. If I could get her a Snickers bar that came with the resurrection of Elvis on a Sunday, it'd be king size. She would play with animal crackers and smash the elephants with a hammer at dinner time. I'd just say, yes, dear, and remind myself not to make her angry. I would keep listening to her heartbeat and wonder if I could ever write that into a poem. A poem with beautiful similes and metaphors that would make Beethoven hear again. A poem so magical. If it were a wizard, it would cast a spell to make Richard Simmons' workout tapes mandatory viewing for everyone coming into this country. USA. Some days, I like to imagine emptying out Coke bottles and writing her name with the caps to show her I'm seriously serious. Other days, I want to capture thunder and ask it to be a little bit quieter when she's sleeping. Most days, I carry a large amount of secrets that I covered in bulletproof glass for only her to see and laugh at. I once stood in front of a mirror, turned the lights off, and then proceeded to yell her names at the mirror 5 times. Mirror, mirror, she is the fairest of them all. Can you hear me, I said? Bloody Mary smiled and thought it was cute that I did that for her. Snow White just gagged when she got to the ball. When more words fired out and exited the wounds of my body, she wrapped them in her hand and kept them safe. He achieved his promise to her, and what he made to himself. For a moment in time, the minutes became ice cream flavors. So life decided to invite everyone to his birthday. The ice cream cake was to die for. I speak English sometimes. Thank you.